Hey garden pals, happy October. It is now fall and I have come out to do a little update. Excuse my mess. I have lots of messes and lots of projects at all times. But what I'm coming out here to do today is check this small organic natural garden that was started right at 4 months ago. And the reason I'm checking it is because I'm about to cut out all of the spring and summer stuff. I'm shocked that there are still tomatoes doing very well, but I have to come out here and dig up the bottom of my cucamelon plant, and I'm going to be moving it inside the greenhouse. I'll also come out here while I'm doing that. These were morning glories, and if any of you are morning glory growers, after blooms have come through, these will, sorry for the focus problem there, those will turn a little darker as seeds are coming in. Let me see if I can find one for you. And we're still definitely growing cucamelons and peppers and things. Oh my gosh, look over here. One of my tomato plants is totally on the ground. I've been hurt for the last, I can't really bend over. I tore my abdomen, or strained my abdominal muscles and umbilicus, falling off a ladder the other day, being dumb, and you know, whatever. Being dumb has its downsides, like getting hurt and spending more money and other people knowing that you're dumb. So I've removed some of my potted tomatoes and little stuff that was out here. Let me get back and see if I can find some more of those seed pods that are brown. There are lots of them over here, but not exactly one that I wanted to show you. But it is important to harvest these, whether you're just trying to keep the weeds, being future morning glories, out of your garden, or if you're collecting them for something else to sell, to make tea out of, whatever. Not my bag, but you know, other people like doing that stuff, and I'm well aware of it. I've tried it before. Didn't do anything for me. But I've got to come out here and just cut out all this junk. I'll probably leave the marigolds, but I'll be removing this little Japanese maple and transplanting it as soon as I feel able. And I love the color on this. This fall color is just killer on the shiso plant, purple perilla. And here's another maple. The reason I'll be moving those is they have, I think it's known as allelopathic or something properties. They basically shut down other organisms that are growing next to them so they can, you know, have resources and such for themselves. It's a good survival strategy, but it's not good to have in a garden. So that maple tree and that maple tree will be coming out and find new homes. The larger one was here before this garden was. Oh, poor little pole beans. These guys have just had a hard time. They've been broken off, and these are terrible, terrible tomato cages. Even though I've staked them, they're terrible. I mentioned earlier in the year I need to build some cattle panel cages, but that just is what it is. The last of some of my outdoor produce is over here. Oh yeah, and it is time to dig the sweet potatoes up now. You can tell because first off, there's a change to the plants that we can visibly see. And secondly, there's an obvious change to the weather. And I knew it was coming up, but I'll give you guys an update when I do that. I thought there was also a cucumber plant out here somewhere. Oh, there it is. That's what I wanted to see. What's going on down here? If any, oh, that's what's going on down here. Cool. Okay. It should be raining today, so this plant will get lots of water, but I think I'll leave this one outdoors just as long as it'll go, along with this Roma plant. I had considered moving them inside the greenhouse, but I'm kind of curious how long cucumbers will go if I just let it do its own thing. It's not like I don't have a lot more seeds to play with when the time is right. these guys, yeah, it's just time to probably dump out the sweet potatoes, see what I got for the year. This is not my only pot. I have at least 3 or 4 others, plus several pots growing at my grandmother's house. And I need to go see her. She needs to come over here and see the greenhouse. And I need to get a little healthier, heal up, so I can move this big pile of mulch and get back to my greenhouse, get on the ladder again, not fall off of it this time, and repair some of my lights and such, because it's gonna rain tonight or later this afternoon. I think it's about 5 o'clock right now here in Little Rock, Arkansas. Here's another example of morning glories that are pretty much ready to be pulled for the year, but before I pull them, I have to go through and grab each of these. I know there's a focus problem here. Sorry, I don't have enough hands to address that. Let's see what I can do. Okay, cool. Yeah, those of you who don't know, I've got a partially paralyzed right hand. My ulnar nerve has been severed. So I'm actually rather ambidextrous, but it doesn't make life easier to have fewer body parts that function. It makes it a little harder. So yeah, these guys, all I want to do is keep them from dropping in my garden. So I'll pull those out, and I always save them. I separate them by color and such. Those were Grandpa Ott Morning Glory, and a lot of gardeners don't like them. They think they're trashy, weedy plants. I love Morning Glories because they're so pretty, but this is not their time of year. So I'll be coming through here, cutting out the cucamelon plant, which is right here, way down there somewhere. I know it just looks like a stringy tangle of fall stuff right now, because it is. And I got, I would say, upwards of 50 tomatoes off of 3 plants over here this year, with still quite a few that are going strong. I have topped these plants already and took clones from them, but you can see some of them are responding by simply putting out more foliage. And again, sorry for the problem focusing. All this stuff at different depths of field really gives crappy cameras like smartphones have a hard time. So yeah, I'm shocked that that thing's still growing. I might even graft that onto something else. That just looks like it's doing a pretty good job. Cucamelon did very well. I may even try to snip some of these and see if I can root them. I'm not sure if that's going to work. I have my doubts if I will be successful, but since I'm going to be cutting it out of the garden anyway, why not try to keep it alive? Some other little things. I don't know why I'm allowing the irises to stay over here, but they're here for now. Most of my little carrots and things really failed to thrive. These were planted weeks ago. Some of them were transplanted, some direct sown, but they just didn't take off in this spot. So I'll probably need to rearrange a lot of this. This is on a slope, and I'm gonna back up to maybe give you a bit of a view of this and how it is sloped. Not dramatically sloped, but enough that gravity takes over and it gives me a little bit of a challenge watering. So something I did in my backyard in a garden space that I redid recently is I pulled everything out from the previous season and made raised rows within this. When you do that, the rows will need to go along with the contour of the land. So if I did them like this, they would probably do well. And that's to help retain water and control the flow a bit. This garden did okay. There were no pesticides, herbicides, chemicals of any type, no fungicides used at all in this garden since creation. I'm pretty proud of that. I did cheat a little bit and use some organic fertilizer, but it did pretty well. So thanks. Give me a like, subscribe, and keep gardening, guys. Thanks.